Hey guys, welcome yet again to another reaction video. I'm Mr. Lucky Luke, and today's one we're gonna be watching Shigaraki versus Mahito, My Hero Academia versus Jujutsu Kaisen Death Battle, and yeah, that's it. So we're going to be continuing now with a little bit of a this little not series, but this little show, I guess. Death Battle's been pretty amazing. This whole Death Battle thing. I've just been waiting for most of these Death Battles. However, for this one, I just want to get this one kind of sort of out of the way because I don't really know much about this fight. So, because here's the thing, I don't know anything about Shigaraki or Mahito. I do not know anyone whatsoever. One of those two. So, I am just gonna assume this is going to be a cool animation because I don't know much about these two. I do not know anything much about them. I only know Shigaraki from My Hero Academia just a little bit, and that's it. Nothing else. That's pretty much it. So, so yeah, I'm gonna probably stick with my gut, and I'm gonna stick with Shigaraki for this win. I'm probably gonna assume that because I don't know who else I'm gonna predict. So yeah. But yeah, so here's the thing about this match. Like I said, I do not know any about these characters, what they do, what they are capable of. So I'm gonna have to watch the whole thing, and learn about these two characters. Now I'm also gonna watch this without my headset. I'm gonna test this out and see if I can get this recording without echoing. And if this does a recording this echoing during this reaction, I'm so sorry about that. There's nothing I can do about that. Then I'll just have to watch my Death Battle reactions live, I suppose, for the rest of my life, or not live, with my headset. My headset right here. So, because I don't know what is causing my videos to echo. I don't even know, because I don't have my speaker, it doesn't even go next to my my speaker, my microphone. There we go. Sorry, I'm mixing up my stuff. So I don't have my microphone next to my speakers or anyway. So I don't know why is it causing it to echo a lot. So I don't know why is it doing it, and I don't even have it super loud. So I generally don't know why it's doing it. So for today's one, we're gonna try to do this reaction without it, so I can get the full loud. I just want to get this. Kind of want to get the experience, and I want the volume just go all over the place, kind of. So because of that, I'm risking this reaction. If this, I'm risking the reactions just so I can get the full experience without wearing my headset. So yeah, and if it does echo, I can do nothing about it. You just have to accept it. And if it does echo, that means the next time I'll have to wear this thing for the rest of my life when I do make videos. So yeah. But yeah, anyways, so that's pretty much it. Guess I'll have to wait until the analysis and the whole the whole analysis, and see what these two are capable of, because I do not know anything about these two. So we'll see you guys it goes once it reaches 2-0, and hopefully we'll see if one of these two will end up with a victorious. All right, let's do it. Okay.
Shigaraki versus Mahito.
The symbol of fear versus the human disaster curse.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Oh boy, I wonder who will win.
Tenko Shimura was just a sweet, shy boy who loved superheroes.
But sometimes the hand of fate can't abide sweet shy boys.
Ruthlessly beaten and abused by his hero-hating father, Tenko pushed beyond his emotional limits until he activated his inherent superpower, or quirk.
It wasn't something cool like flight or super strength. In his terror, he accidentally killed his whole family. Well, except for dear old dad. That one was intentional.
Tenko wandered the streets alone, silently begging for someone, anyone, to help him. If only a hero was there to save him. But instead, the only open hand he found belonged to the devil.
All for One, the greatest supervillain in history.
He took Tenko under his wing, feeding a hatred of everyone and everything, and grooming him to one day lead his League of Villains in destroying Hero Society.
With that came a new name, Tomura Shigaraki, and an absolutely nightmarish quirk, Decay. It does what it says on the tin. Anything Shiggy touches with all 5 fingers turns to dust. The perfect power for someone who just wants to destroy. Pretty menacing, if not for that dorky-ass costume. I get it, hands are his thing, but come on, they just look so dumb and fake.
Oh, those aren't prosthetics. Those are real hands. From his family. That he killed. Attached to his face. And explicitly commanded to be left there by his mentor so that he would never forget his rage.
Okay.
While his use of Decay started off relatively weak, it rapidly increased in power and range as Shigaraki came into his own.
Decay isn't even limited to whatever he's touching. Anything that touches something he's decaying also decays.
Spreading like an all-consuming miasma that can wipe out anything from an enormous tower to an entire city.
If decay reaches you, your only hope is to isolate the body part that is disintegrating before it gets to something vital.
After years of training with the greatest supervillain of all time, Shigaraki was finally put in charge of his own team with one mission. He must kill his master's rival, the #1 hero, All Might.
Only to fall flat on his face.
Shigaraki was a terrible leader, quick-tempered, short-sighted, and, well...
Cringe! Oh, he's just so cringe. He uses gamer lingo unironically. He whines like a baby when things don't go his way. He's the kind of guy who would say normie in real life, in front of normies.
But they say defeat is the greatest teacher of all. Only through struggle could Shigaraki manifest his dark conviction.
Right as All Might's new protege, Izuku Midoriya, was coming into his own as well.
These two rivals, the inheritors of their master's blood feud, would push themselves past their own limitations.
Especially when All Might and All for One double KO'd each other, leaving Shigaraki to lead the League of Villains all by himself.
And with the stakes higher than ever before, Shigaraki stepped up. He personally battled the monstrous Gigantomachia for a month and a half straight, and conquered other villain organizations to create the Paranormal Liberation Front. Thousands of new soldiers for his personal army.
All to impress All for One's personal quack, Dr. Ujiko,
who
spent months upgrading Shigaraki's body to make it more like his sensei's. It might have been constant agony, but Shiggy went from Chud to Chad.
Ujiko's experimentation vastly increased Shigaraki's strength, speed, and durability, enough to match and surpass even All Might's absurd power.
Sharing All Might's power between them, Deku and Bakugo were able to punch an island-sized hole in a cloud that reached 24 miles into the sky. We've calculated that before to be nearly 80 billion megatons of TNT.
I kind of still feel like Deku should have won there, but I guess that ball wants
Shigaraki can now move fast enough that his body produces hypersonic shockwaves and can even catch laser beams.
And he's tough enough to survive Star and Stripes Intercontinental Ballistic Cruise Punch! Now the new name for my penis. Move over, gigantic Omega Storm. Anyway, it also made a blast so big it showed up against the curvature of the Earth.
Though he might seem invincible, when Shigaraki's body is pushed hard enough, he will evolve into a state of uncontrollable power.
So Decay became? Oh shit, more heads!
Shigaraki can spontaneously generate flesh into existence, seemingly oceans of it in an instant, whenever he wants. He can even use it as a type of armor to defend himself in close combat.
But that's nothing compared to Ujiko's greatest gift. Shigaraki wanted to be the new All for One, so what better way than the old man's quirk?
All for One's quirk, All for One, allows its user to steal and store quirks with just a touch.
And All for One has hundreds of them stored up, collected over the years.
Each quirk is connected to a memory of its user's essence in the form of a spirit, a vestige.
Kinda like a piece of their soul. They exist in this kinda psychic world in Shigaraki's body, and can even act as a spiritual defense should it be invaded.
And with those vestiges came quirks, like super fast healing, air blasts, radio waves, flight, telekinesis, teleportation of others, and the ability to track foes.
He can even combine multiple quirks together, like in this big-ass electric Kamehameha.
However, any vestige stolen or destroyed will also remove that quirk from Shigaraki's repertoire. They're also sentient, and some can even fight for control.
Which is when the second shoe finally dropped. Because Shigaraki also got All For One's vestige, that means All For One was now in possession of a shiny new body that he'd spent the last 15 years molding for him to take over.
Shigaraki's entire existence was planned from the beginning. Why? Because All Might's previous mentor was Nana Shimura, Tanko's grandmother.
Oh, that's a mess with All Might. That is some next level hating right there.
He manipulated Shigaraki's entire life, all for one purpose: to create a soul so corrupted it would grind away at All Might's perfect world, allowing All For One to take full control.
But All For One's possession wasn't complete, and Shiggy managed to fight his way back to the top, literally decaying his way through vestiges in the process, all to fight his rival Deku one last time.
Despite Izuku's best efforts to save him, Shigaraki was too far gone. His spirit decayed by years of venomous hatred.
And the new symbol of hope defeated the new symbol of fear, burying All For One's grudge for good.
All that Shigaraki asked was to be remembered as the heartless destroyer he was raised to be, and not the broken, angry, crying little boy he really was deep inside.
For just that one moment, though, Shiggy got in Deku the only thing he'd been denied his whole life, the one thing his lifelong nihilistic tantrum was really all about. He got a hero who tried to save him.
Oh. Oh, okay.
This battle is sponsored by Robin Hood
And there's
Gold.
an ad. Okay,
With
well
Robin
that's
Hood
our
Gold, you can
sponsor.
now
I guess.
enjoy the VIP treatment.
All right.
3% IRA
Yeah,
match
blah
on
blah blah
retirement
blah blah. Okay,
contributions.
The
so
privileges of the very
So
privileged are no
Shigaraki
longer exclusive.
sounds
With Robin
pretty
Hood Gold, your annual
awesome
IRA
already.
contributions are boosted by
kind of
3%.
first set
Plus, you
train,
also
but
get
pretty
4%
impressive
APY on your cash
already.
and non-retirement accounts. That's over
I don't know
8 times
if
the national savings
Mahito
average.
has something
The perks of
against
the high net
him,
worth are now available
but I'm
for
hoping
any
not,
net
'cause
worth.
The new
if
gold
you
standard is
do,
here with Robin Hood Gold to receive
there's
your
that
3%
issue.
boost
So,
on
I don't know.
IRA contributions.
He said it was
Sign up at
cringe first, but now he's like a chat.
robinhood.com/gold.
Investing
I
in
was like,
risk.
Shigaraki.
Rate subject to change.
So-
3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5.
I don't know.
a month for 1 year.
want
First
to
match and must keep
believe
funds in IRA for
Shigaraki
5
still
years.
might
Go to
have this one, but I don't know.
robinhood.com/boost.
We'll
Over
see
8
what
times national average savings
Mahito
and
has.
interest rate claim is based on data
I don't
from
know.
the
He
FDIC
might have
as of
something
November
that
18th,
even
2024.
overpower
Robinhood
Shigaraki,
Financial
but I
LLC,
don't know.
member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Yeah. Okay.
Ever since Cain slew his
Time
brother
for
Abel and
Mahito.
wetted his fields with his blood, man's greatest fear has been his fellow man.
But what if this fear took on a life of its own?
What if all that negative emotion humans felt for one another spilled from their bodies and congealed, forming, over time, a living being fueled by malice, which believes in nothing but the law of the jungle?
Well, then you'd have the special grade curse with the patch face, Mahito. Oh, I've had people tell me I've become a human disaster curse when I've had too many mojitos.
Mahito is one of the deadliest beings to ever afflict mankind. He's no mere mortal, though, but a cursed spirit. Innumerable spirits exist, weaker or stronger depending on the amount of anxieties, jealousies, hatreds, and fears humans feel about them.
Like the fear of locusts, kinda weak. Or the fear of smallpox, getting stronger. Or the fear of fire. Oh, goodbye, Tokyo.
So it follows that mankind's fear of itself would be extremely powerful. Those negative emotions manifest as Mahito, a being composed of cursed energy.
It's basically like evil ki. Cursed energy can be used to make spirits way stronger, faster, and tougher than any normal human. And it's invisible, making curses like Mahito impossible for the untrained eye to see. Only a life or death situation can galvanize a normal person to see a cursed spirit.
That also makes cursed spirits virtually immune to physical damage. They may be physically present in space, but can only be harmed by attacks that embody spirit matter like cursed energy.
Which makes curses insanely hard to get rid of, like ghosts, cockroaches, or my ex.
Shouldn't you
That's
just
why you need a
Pokemon?
Jujutsu sorcerer
Why
to
do you
come in
let
and
him use
Kaisen
sand
the
attack?
shit
Or
out of them.
sandstorm?
They call it exorcism, but
I
I like
understand
the
why
way
he
I
does
said
that.
it
Why
better.
does he learn it?
Curses
Whatever.
and sorcerers have
Back to
battled
the
each
cat.
other for millennia, waging an endless war over the fate of humanity. Almost exclusively in Japan, though, for some reason.
But Mahito is special.
always
You see,
happens-
most
happens
curses
to
are
have-
basically
it always
dumb
happened
animals,
in Japan.
But Mahito has so much cursed energy that it gave him sentience.
So he was recruited by Kenjaku alongside other special grade disaster curses to wreak havoc upon the world. In fact, they made Mahito their leader.
And even more frightening than intelligence and bloodlust, Mahito possessed philosophy.
Perhaps informed by the tragic meaninglessness of interhuman conflict, Mahito is an existential nihilist, believing in nothing but his own will to power. It's a dog-eat-dog world, and Mahito is the wolf.
Which also makes him kind of a goofball. If nothing matters, why not have fun with the slaughter? Really get your steps in. He loves to dick around and toy with your emotions like a cartoon character before slitting your throat.
An appropriate analogy considering his curse technique, idol transfiguration.
Using his cursed energy, Mahito can control anyone's soul with just a touch, including his own. In fact, he's so good at manipulating his own soul that you can't even kill the bastard without directly targeting it.
In Jujutsu Kaisen, the soul and the body share an immutable connection. Whatever happens to the former affects the latter.
This lets Mahito squash, stretch, and shape-shift his body into literally anything he wants. Like Play-Doh, he can turn his limbs into blades or clubs, grow wings like a bird or fins like a fish, reform his body around injuries, or even create clones.
Curse users are naturally unharmed by their own ability. Should he touch a human, though, his alterations to their body are instantly fatal.
And since he's attacking your soul, those physical wounds are gonna be impossible to heal.
Even if his alteration isn't directly fatal, the human body won't last more than a few moments in a transfigured state.
All that with one touch! God, I thought herpes was bad.
His powers mean Mahito treats humans as effectively disposable dolls that he can gleefully experiment on. The more casualties, the better, especially if he gets to break your spirit first and watch you suffer.
Even more twisted is when he combines two transfigured humans together for soul multiplicity. Essentially a giant torrent of body horror flesh that he repels at an opponent. Ugh.
Mahito is unbelievably creative with his application of idol transfiguration, and despite being a newborn curse, consistently keeps experienced sorcerers on the back foot.
It helps that he's a quick study who's picked up a number of different curse techniques, like the Black Flash.
By applying cursed energy within 1 microsecond of an impact with an enemy, space itself will distort, exponentially amplifying its force by a factor of 2.5.
Not only does this hurt like a mother, it restores your curse technique and gets you fully in the zone.
And would require reflexes moving nearly 1,000 times the speed of sound. It's no surprise then that Mahito also unlocked the pinnacle of sorcerer techniques, the domain expansion.
Oh
shit.
yeah, I remember
More
that.
hands. A domain is like a barrier of cursed energy, but if you're caught inside, Mahito can use idol transfiguration instantly without even needing to touch you.
Oh,
It's
I
called
remember
the self-embodiment of perfection.
that one. I have watched
the ultimate expression of Mahito's absolute control over his victim's
I have
body
watched that
and
death
soul.
battle.
The only time it ever failed was against
Gojo-
the student
Jo-
sorcerer
Gojo-
and Mahito's
what's his
archenemy,
name? Gojo?
Yuji Itadori.
Because not only
And
was Yuji a barf-inducing goody little two-shoes who believed in the
Makani?
inalienable
I
rights
don't
of
know.
all living
Two
things,
things,
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
he also
exactly,
had a
blah,
curse
blah, blah, I don't
inside
know.
of him.
The king of
Yeah,
curses.
I've seen the
Sukuna.
what
Which
the
meant
power does
Mahito's
on that.
ability affected both souls in Yuji's body. Sukuna didn't like that. No surprise, and kicked Mahito's ass, forcing Patchface to fight with a handicap whenever facing his pink-haired menace.
Yuji's belief in the value of human life flew directly in the face of the world that Mahito knew to be cruel and meaningless. So he made it his mission to crush Yuji's spirit before killing him, murdering his friends, defiling their corpses, and brutally battering him before going in for the kill.
And he's got the strength to do it. Mahito's one of the most powerful curses in the world, and his growth is exponential.
Fellow disaster curse Jogo was able to summon a massive meteor capable of reducing the city of Shibuya to ash.
That'd take an energy of over 800 kilotons of TNT.
And Mahito can
Oh,
take
yeah,
as
I
good
think
as he
that-
can give, especially
I don't
when,
know.
in the throes of struggle against Yuji, he evolved, unlocking a vastly more powerful form, the instant body of distorted killing.
Complete with armored exoskeleton and arm blades, this was a taste of the almighty curse Mahito was growing into. A true blight on all mankind.
It wouldn't last. In a bitter battle of resolve, Yuji won out. In a dog-eat-dog world, there was now a bigger wolf.
So he tucked tail and ran away like a bitch. And what do you know?
Wow.
Life suddenly became a whole lot more meaningful the second it looked like it was about to end.
All that gleeful nihilism, just a bitter hypocrisy in the end.
For him, maybe, but Mahito found a convert in his archenemy. After a battle that wiped out thousands of innocent people, Yuji's youthful spirit was gone. The only thing left that mattered was exorcising this curse.
In a way, that was Mahito's final victory, the destruction of another human being's soul. He may not have been around to see it, but the curse Mahito inflicted on the world would bring it to its knees.
Okay, so this could be a problem.
Hey, do you see that join button? Yeah, that one.
Okay,
That's
that
your
gets-
ticket to
yeah,
being a
this is gonna
death
get
battle
into that,
champion.
yeah.
As
So,
a champion, you get all
okay,
sorts of
so this is
exclusive
the
death battle
problem.
content,
They
like extra
similarly
videos,
look.
live
They
chats,
have
and
literally
sending
the
us your own
similarity,
matchup ideas. And the support
power,
helps us make
strength,
even
some
more death
or they're not
battles. So
strength,
thank you for
but they
being
have
a
similar
champion.
abilities and stuff. Oh my god, that was the quickest announcement ever! Jesus Christ, I wasn't even enough. Okay, so,
It's time for a death
Shigaraki. That's my final answers, okay? Jesus, that was the quickest okay, whatever. You know what, you'll get it, okay? They usually last longer than that, but whatever. So yeah. Shigaraki is going to win. If he loses, I'm in trouble, because I keep losing too many times.
I'd heard of a powerful villain stalking these parts. My organization is going to tear this putrid world down around us. We could use a freak of your talents.
Little old me. Do I want to be king of the social rejects? How about I bring them your head instead?
Fine by me. Let's call this your audition. Sickum.
Okay, let's see it. Why am I being so happy about this?
Game over.
That's not it, is
Did
it?
you actually just say that?
A little bit. They're, oh, okay.
Audition over. Did I get the part?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Decay! What a rush!
Uh-oh.
That all you got?
Domain expansion.
Uh-oh, let's see if this is... Okay, can he actually withstand the dome?
I can read your soul. You're just a scared little boy whose daddy was mean and wants to make it everyone else's problem. Grow up.
Hands off my masterpiece.
Oh.
I felt your soul too. You only hate humanity because you were born that way. Totally random. I hate them for a reason.
What does it do?
You grow up.
Yes! Woo!
What did I say, Wiz? Like a bitch.
With their complex power sets, this match was a puzzle to
That
figure
was
out,
sick.
which is why we're breaking it down to 3 categories: physical stats, survivability, and their powers.
Let's see
But
here.
first, let's address one thing. Could Shigaraki even see Mahito? He's an invisible curse after all.
Cursed energy and quirks are notably different, and Shigaraki wouldn't be able to see curses normally. However, even regular humans can spontaneously develop the ability to see curses in life and death scenarios. And with the Surge quirk, Shigaraki would have had no problem tracking it.
So seeing Mahito wouldn't have been an issue. With that out of the way, we can jump into their stats.
This was no contest. Despite the disaster curses being able to destroy entire cities with their cursed energy, Shigaraki scaling to Deku and Bakugo meant he was calculably millions of times stronger.
Yeah.
He was faster too, considering he could react to light beams, while Mahito's Black Flash capped out at nearly 1,000 times the speed of sound. Nothing to scoff at, but Shiggy was thousands of times faster. Shigaraki takes stats.
But survivability was a little trickier to figure out.
Yep, in terms of raw durability, Shigaraki was a lot tougher, and his ability to generate new flesh meant that he could heal any wounds he might receive super easy.
However, Mahito is a curse, and is immune to the kind of overwhelming physical damage Shigaraki could dish out. Not only that, Mahito's regenerative ability via idol transfiguration meant that he'd come back from anything short of spiritual damage.
Considering Mahito's unique curse body, he should actually get the edge in survivability.
Which presents a crucial question. Could Shigaraki even kill a curse like Mahito in the first place?
Or would Mahito's unkillability give him the time he needed to eventually put Shiggy down with idol transfiguration?
It all comes down to their powers.
Shigaraki had a lot more variety with all of the crazy quirks All For One had collected over all the years, but none that we know of could properly kill a curse. That didn't mean idol transfiguration was a surefire bet either, though.
Of all things, Shigaraki's vestiges served as a spiritual shield from the effects of idol transfiguration. The fact that Mahito could not avoid targeting Sukuna while attacking Yuji meant that he couldn't target specific souls inside a person.
And Shiggy has hundreds of soul-like entities inside of him. Sure, each one down means he loses a quirk, but that's more than enough time to land a single hit with Decay, especially considering how much faster Shiggy is.
And Mahito has no way to defend against Shigaraki's primary quirk. Decay has affected spiritual beings in the past. Again, vestiges. In fact, he was able to damage Deku's vestige and have that damage transferred to the Deku in the real world.
Mahito may be made of spirit energy, but he still has a physical form. In fact, sorcerers that couldn't naturally target the soul were able to fight him on even footing. No reason to think Shiggy wouldn't decay him like everyone else.
Giving Shigaraki the third and final edge. It was a unique duel to the death, but Shigaraki's overwhelming might, unstoppable powers, and deadly decay spelled the end for the disaster curse.
Nothing else to say. You really gotta hand it to Shigaraki.
The winner is Tomura
Simple plan.
Shigaraki.
Next time on Death
Alright, who's
Battle.
next? Oh, yes!
Subscribe and
Let's
join
go!
as a member to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
It happens! Master Chief versus Doom Guy! Woo! It's gonna happen. It's the what was it? It was the poll or something. It was the rematch video kind of maneuver where I think it was Death Battle's a little thing where they chose a winner of a rematch of certain characters and they were going to put them again. So it's kind of similar to years ago when they did Link versus Cloud, and they kind of did a rematched the characters again, see who would actually win. This time it's going to be Master Chief versus Doom Guy. I saw that Rip and Terror, and immediately I knew that was going to be Doom Guy. Boom! That is amazingly good, because that means that is something I'm gonna have to look. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on, or at least figure out who would win this time, because last time Master Chief won, but this time could be different. So I may be thinking Doom Guy might have a chance. So I don't know. So yeah, that was absolutely amazing. Definitely was worth a watch. So I'm so excited already to the next fight, the next death battle already. I don't care what the result's gonna end up with, either one win or lose. I'm just gonna be happy about who is going to win, or I'm just excited about the next one. So yeah, but God damn, that was good. This is gonna be good. Anyway, so back to this death battle. So I was correct. Looks like I was the winner, and this time, Mahito can have to take an L for that. So that means that is 3 wins and 4 losses. So this could be a 4-win streak or a double win streak, with me getting 4 wins and 4 losses. So right now, I believe I'm going to not jinx this one, but I'm going to predict so far that Doom Guy is going to win. I first predicted Master Chief, but this time it might be Doom Guy to actually get the win there, so I don't know. It could be. But, back again, I mean, it could be anything, really. I don't care. I'm just glad it's going to be happening again. So, back again. I'm sorry. Whew. I don't know why I'm so happy about the next fight. I don't know why. So, again, now, Shigaraki versus Mahito. That was a very great death battle. Cool animation. Pretty silly moments. I don't know why they added silly moments in there. But, I mean, that is their character arc, so I'm guessing that's part of the animation they just wanted to include. So, I don't know. But still, that was a very funny and pretty interesting one by Death Battle itself. So, yeah, it was a very worth the time. And at least I got to learn a little bit about their abilities and I guess you could say their powers and stuff. So I'm not really fully that excited. I mean, like I said before, I'm not exactly too excited about this match because I don't really care too much. But a death battle really made me really happy about it. So, oh boy, I'm glad this ended up with a pretty interesting result of a win. So yeah, so thank you guys for watching today's video. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed this one. Yeah, that was very worth it. Check out my other reactions if you obviously are new. My latest few death battles. I most of them got a little fails, but at least I got to enjoy it pretty nicely. And check out some of my latest reaction. If you obviously are new, it's probably somewhere just around what's my pointing at? Like right around down here, somewhere around there. And make sure to check them out, subscribe, like, comment what your favorite moment is. And as always, stay lucky out there. Thank you guys for watching today's video. And as always, stay lucky out there.